Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jace. Thank you for checking out my video, and this is going to be my review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 4, Episode 8. Title of the episode was called Squad Goals. Anyway, and y'all, my apologies for not getting this video out yesterday. I ordered a camera off Amazon, and it was supposed to be delivered yesterday, and it actually, like, the tracking detail shows that it was delivered, but it's not here. So hopefully it'll be here today. But anyway, let's jump right into the review. All right, we have Lyrica and Alexis Sky meeting up at Tag's Boutique. I think this is Candy's store because I know she has tags all over the country now. So I'm assuming this is Candy Burris' shop. But yeah, they meet up at Tag's, and Lyrica's trying to get an outfit together for her pre-album listening party, listening party, I guess. But yeah, so Alexis like, hey, I'm going to have my stylist meet us here. And, I'm sure he can get you right and all of this bullshit. And in walks fucking Zale. And Lyrica's already like, whoa, like, aren't you friends with Masika? Like, why are you here with Alexis? And, y'all cool? What the fuck is going on here? And pretty much Zale's in his confessional talking about, well, shit, motherfucking Masika, like, she can hang out with fat-ass Ray. And she know I don't fuck with him, so shit, I can hang out with Alexis, and I know because I know she don't fuck with her, which kind of makes sense, but whatever, not my squad. But so they start carrying on, and then Alexis goes into the detail about Moniece's ass pulling, because remember last week, the scene with Moniece, how it ended was they saw this Instagram post of Alexis calling all these bitches out and talking shit about them and talking about she's bossed up and all this bullshit. I mean, look at this. Look at all this body and showing her big ass. Anyway, that's where Moniece was like, basically, I'm going to fuck that bitch up when I see her. And that's exactly what Moniece did. Moniece rolled up on fucking Alexis at a restaurant and attacked the bitch. And snatched her wig off and all kind of shit. And Zale's ass is sitting there, well, I heard you got your ass whooped, but of course Alexis is telling a story like she really just let Moniece have it. Girl, we know you are not fucking Moniece up. But anyway, also, Ray's fat ass, he's also been in Alexis's comments on Instagram and Twitter and shit like that, like, talking about he's gonna slap her and calling her all kind of bitches and shit. And she's like, I don't even know this fat ass motherfucker. So like, I don't understand why the fuck he's even, like, who the fuck is Ray? And is that like Ray? Like, first of all, Ray, I get it, that's your friend and shit like that. Masika is, but like, why are you getting involved in that bitch shit? Like, this bitch don't even know you, and it makes you look so fucking ridiculous. The fact that she don't even know who the fuck you are. Like, that's bullshit. So, yeah, moving the fuck on. So then we meet up with AD, Nia, and Moniece. They're all, I guess they were hiking or some shit up in the hills. And pretty much it was basically Moniece giving her version of the story. And she told it pretty much how I told it a little while ago. But she rode up on the bitch. She was on the Alexis was standing out on the curb at some restaurant, and pretty much Moniece attacked the bitch, snatched her wig off. She said, the only thing I remember is the bitch laying on the curb with her wig cap and, the wig in my hand, and I took the wig with me. But also, she said that all of a sudden there was like another person that I guess had jumped in, like I guess once Alexis was getting her ass whooped. So I'm kind of taking that as maybe she got jumped a little bit, but then she said she ended up on the ground some kind of way. But I guess she got jumped by whoever the fuck else was there. Whatever. Alexis, you still don't want it, bitch. Coffee and almond milk. Everything. Oh, and the reason I'm drinking out of this damn cocktail glass is because I was too lazy to wash out a coffee mug. Anyway, Ray walks his fat ass up in a fucking hoodie, talking about that he's going to go to the party, to Lyrica's party as well, because he had to address Alexis because she was talking about she was going to slap him and all this shit. But Ray, you've inserted yourself into the bullshit anyway with this bitch. Messy ass faggoty bullshit that I be talking about. Well, that's the reason why I don't fuck with Zell or Ray. They just messy ass punks. And making us look fucking bad. Get the fuck out of here. But anyway, he's gonna go to the party and address Alexis because she's been talking shit back. Whatever. Moving on. We get to Booby. He is actually moved out of Keisha's house and he actually has his own place now. Nice place, nice little view of the city and shit. Brooke brings her ass over there and she walks in. First thing she does is go up to a wine glass that's sitting on the coffee table and it has a like lipstick, prints on it or whatever. She's like, "Oh, you got, what? You got bitches in here already? You just moved in. You already got bitches and shit over." And he was giving like, well, I don't even know how the fuck you're questioning me about what the fuck I'm doing because you got your situation going on with Marcus. You're still technically in a relationship with Marcus, and he's still on ice as Brooke keeps saying she got Marcus on ice. So, but anyway, Booby was right. Like, bitch, like, don't be coming up in here questioning me about shit, and you still got your boyfriend and your situation going on. So, also, as Brooke was walking into the scene, she's in a confessional talking about, well, out of respect for, like, Booby's looking kind of good and shit, but out of respect for Booby, or for Keisha, I'm not going to take it there with Booby. But then when she's sitting in the apartment the whole time, like, they've been flirting and kissing and doing all this bullshit the whole season. So, like, which is it? Is your loyalty with Keisha? Or, like, what are you trying to do here? Fuck out of here, Brooke. But anyway, she invites him as her plus one to Lyrica's party. So this is going to be the first time they kind of show up. And actually it was to kind of ruffle Marcus's feathers because she knew that A1 and Marcus are homeboys. So, of course, A1's messy ass was going to run back to Marcus and, pour the tea. So, that was that. Moving on. Nikki and Tierra meet up at a restaurant. And the first thing, and they're showing like all these drinks and shit being poured, like as they're, setting the scene up. And I'm just thinking like, okay, everybody keeps accusing Tierra of being an alcoholic. Why do they keep meeting her in bars and restaurants and shit, like to try to talk to her about certain issues? I mean, I know Moniece and Nia met her outside or whatever, but I'm like, if this bitch is such an alcoholic, don't even put her in a situation to where she could possibly start drinking. And like, you know what I mean? Like, that's like bringing a crackhead to a crack house to confront them about their addictions. You know what I mean? Or addictions, my bad. Confront them about their addictions and shit. You know what I mean? So, like, why would you... That's just weird to me. But this is Love and Hip Hop. That's where their scenes are shot in restaurants and clubs and shit, pretty much. So, yeah, but Nikki goes on this thing, talking about, yeah, I haven't talked to you in months. You haven't called me in months. And she's like, well, I guess she's been, tied up with Cisco and shit. So, I guess that's where her time's gone. But, Nikki, I remember the very first episode of this season when you were talking about you haven't really fucked with Tierra because she's still been on her alcoholic bullshit. So don't try to spin that shit like Tierra's supposed to be calling you because, bitch, you obviously have some reservations and shit about Tierra as well. But anyway, and she kept talking about this, word on the street is that you out here, you're not doing well and just going with all this hearsay shit, bringing it in. And then she goes and she's having a cosmetic launch party. Everybody has these cosmetics. What's never seen them, never heard of them. Even this whole, like her whole Nude by Nikki thing. Bitch, I haven't heard or I haven't even seen so much as an Instagram ad or anything. I haven't seen any of that shit regarding Nude by Nikki. So, everybody comes out with all this bullshit, but you never fucking hear it or see it. But anyway, she's having this launch party and she invites Tierra to the launch party, but she also says, what'd she say? Word on the street is that you even got into it with Hazel. So what's going on with that? So Tierra kind of fills her in about the bullshit, how Hazel just kind of was very disrespectful and fucking threw a plate of food at her, but they've always had this thing to where they were never going to be physical with each other as friends, which I get that because I do have that with I have that understanding with some of my friends. Like we can argue, but we will never get physical. If it gets to that point, we just do not need to be friends. So but Hazel, you made the shit physical when you threw this fucking plate of crabs at her. But Nikki's basically like, yeah, Hazel's gonna be there. I want you to be there. But I just want both of you guys to be on your best behavior. Nikki, how the fuck did you think that was gonna turn out? These bitches ain't seen each other since the restaurant. So Mona Scott and the VH1 bullshit. So then we actually get to Lyrica's launch party. Now keep in mind, Zell was supposed to be styling Lyrica for this event. And she literally has on I think it was red, or was it orange? But like a reddish orange kind of tank top, some kind of little bra, and then she has on like some red, like, I don't know if they were like those liquid leggings or whatever, or just some kind of like latex looking pants or something. Some shit. It was like latex pants. But you're the stylist, and this is your event, and like you look like. Actually, I've seen you look better at a pool party. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at other events, you look better than this. But this is supposed to be your pre-album release party. And you look basic as fuck. And also this hair, Lyrica. Like, I'm getting tired of seeing that same little hairstyle. I'm glad you kind of moved on from those crazy-ass wigs that you was rocking last season. But this whole little natural kind of mohawk kind of thing she has going on. It's tired. It's old. It's late. Change it up, Lyrica. First motherfucking thing. As soon as we get to the party scene, I'm looking and like I thought it was actually Lyrica at first that had on this blonde wig that was kind of bopping around and shit. And I'm like, okay, Lyrica done switched it up. It's her goddamn mama. With this blonde, old-ass, dry-ass wig, looking a fucking mess. Lyrica Senior, girl, she has to be about 50, probably in her, like, well, she's talking about she was touring with Tina Turner. But she might be in her 60s. Anyway, but she's too damn old to be doing those looks. Just like Pam's ass sitting there looking ridiculous with some old hand-me-down wig from Lyrica. Once again, this tight-ass dress, her big gut still hanging out. They all looked a fucking mess. A1 is sitting there with this, he has his dress up in a bun with this hair, like it's kind of sprouted out in the back with a bun here, looking like a straight-up butch queen. Like, A1, come on, sis. Like, anyway, that was just, I hadn't even gotten to the damn scene yet because everybody was looking fucking crazy. Anyway, she premieres her fucking song. It was what it was. Booby shows up with Brooke. They walk in. Brooke looks fucking gorgeous as usual. She actually has like a black bob with a little blue on the side, but she looked fucking gorgeous as always. But as soon as she walk in, messy ass A1 is like, oh, what's up? Where my boy Marcus at? And she's like, oh, well, I don't know anything about that. And then Booby was like, well, let me go get you a drink. Like, I don't want to know none of this bullshit. I don't want no parts of this shit. So, oh yeah, and A1 Booby introduced himself to A1, and he's like, yeah, I'm Booby. He's like, what, Booba? Bubby? Like fucking his name up and shit. I'm like, you know his goddamn name, motherfucker. But and so pretty much Brooke kind of paid them and was like, okay, look, I'm gonna go check on my drink or whatever. Like, I'm not about to sit here and be questioned by y'all messy ass motherfuckers about punk ass Marcus. Like, if I show the fuck up here with Booby, who the fuck gives a fuck? Like, Marcus is out here fucking the paralegals and doing all kind of bullshit. So fuck Marcus. Anyway, then we see Hazel walks in. This bitch has decided to leave the wig up on the mannequin head that night. So she comes in with like some kind of black, I don't know. I'm sure she had pieces in it, but it was like her natural hair. and it was black. Um, it was still fucked up, like it was all dry and shit. You know, you could see like half of it was curl, like it was supposed to be like a curly kind of wet look, but it was dry, and like some of the curls were coming out, so it just kind of like straight, kind of nappy. You know, I don't like using that word because that offends a lot of people, but it wasn't cute. She need to put a little bit more Shea Moisture or something, and some curl cream or something, to kind of give it a little bounce or something. But anyway, she walks in, and she goes into this thing like, "What is Brooke doing here?" And everybody's like, "Well, like, what is your issue with Brooke?" Because I don't even think I've ever seen them in a scene together. Yeah, they haven't even been in a scene together this season. But everybody's like, "What's your fucking issue with Brooke?" And she's like, "Yeah, I tried to help revive her career. I did some PR for her." Okay, what does that say about your PR skills? Because we ain't hear shit about Brooke. So you obviously weren't doing your motherfucking job, first off. Just thought I'd throw that out there. But anyway, apparently Booby and Hazel used to kind of talk or whatever through social media. Then they end up hanging out and they end up having a good time, aka we fucked. Booby, why? Why? Hazel, But while Booby was at Hazel's house, Brooke was FaceTiming Booby or whatever, and so that's Hazel's issue with Brooke. Like, Hazel, you always come like you're not bringing a drama and shit like that, but you are the butt of most of the drama. You don't get along really with anybody. We're going to see how long you and Nikki last, but I mean, you start shit and you hold on to bullshit. Like, okay, so what? She FaceTimed him while he was at your house. So now you don't like her and she's a has-been and all this bullshit. Unless it was some other shit that went on that she didn't really get into or they edited out. But what's your fucking issue with Brooke? So what, the bitch? They're friends. So, fuck all that. Oh, the highlight of the event. I had my notes written all weird. I was trying to figure out what the fuck this was about. All right, Nia, Moniece, and Ray all walk into the party. Now, remember, Lyrica kind of uninvited them after she invited them last week, and Moniece pulled that bullshit on her. So well, they saw her walk in the door, and Alexis is standing there as well. So all three of them clowns walk in the door, and immediately Lyrica is like, I already uninvited these motherfuckers, so the only reason they will be here will be to start some bullshit. So, yeah, let's see where this shit goes. So, you have Hazel, no, that bitch, Alexis, Hazel, and Lyrica on one side of the table, because you know they use the tables as a separation, because they already know some shit's gonna pop off. And then you have Nia, Ray, and Moniece on the other side of the table. They immediately go into this whole fucking thing about Masika and Alexis and this whole beef with them. And Alexis and Ray are getting into it because she's like, I don't even fucking know you. And why the fuck are you in my comments? And he's going back and forth with her. I'm just like, Ray, stay. This has nothing to do with you. And you look so goddamn stupid because you arguing with a bitch that don't even know you. She don't give a fuck about you, Ray, and she's sitting there clowning you, talking about, yeah, I can help you get rid of your double chins, and like really coming for him. And he's like, yeah, okay. Like, bitch, what's up? Then motherfucking Alexis tried to like reach over the table and smack Ray. And I was like, okay, Alexis, like you see, he don't mind getting into it with the females. Like he ain't one of those. You know, you keep trying it with these men, and you know they will pop back. And Ray is a bona fide queen. He will fuck you up without any questions asked. So then her and Moniece she's like, well, what is your issue with Masika? And like I said, she kind of went into the whole thing about Fetty and all this bullshit. And they're like, well, she's not even here. She don't want to be here. She don't give a fuck. And her and Moniece was kind of going back and forth, like having words, because Moniece is trying to figure out. And I'm thinking like, well, damn, didn't y'all bitches just get into a fight? I'm not like, I don't even want to be in the vicinity of anybody that I got into a fight with and then sit there and then have a conversation with. No, man. Not me. But anyway, they're still going back and forth. Then she tries to slap Ray again for the second time. Security grabbing her up. I said, okay. And that's my thing with these, like I've said this before, like these girls trying to fight these men. Like you can't, let's just take out the fact that they're, that Zell and Ray are both gay. Like even if it's a straight man, like you can't keep putting your hands on these men, and then as soon as they smack you or do something back to you, everybody's going to automatically attack them and say that it's wrong for a man to hit a woman and shit. But like, y'all females got to fucking leave y'all hands off of these men. The fuck? So after that shit, and Moniece was kind of getting loud and shit, Lyrica shut the shit down and was like, fuck all this bullshit. Y'all came here on some bullshit. I don't even know why the fuck you're here because I already told your ass that you're uninvited. So you're here on some bullshit. I don't even fucking like looking at you. So get your ass out of here. That's exactly what she said to her. And motherfucking Moniece turned, all three of them actually turned and walked away. And I was like, damn, like this is really a new Moniece because the old Moniece, you know, she's known for reaching across tables and you know, putting a bitch's head down to the table. Like, we know what Moniece used to do. So I said, well, damn, this is a new Moniece. But I wouldn't have let Lyrica just come for me like that. But anyway, moving on. I'm going to go through Ray and Princess because this storyline is so fucking ridiculous. And I'm fucking tired of watching this bullshit. They have nothing else to talk about besides this pregnancy. That, well, they're trying to have a baby. Princess then found some fertility shaman or whatever. She brings Ray to go. They do this little ritual, whatever. Ray is sitting there so motherfucking totally uninterested in every fucking thing that this woman is talking about. He's sitting there looking at his watch. She's trying to get him involved. He's singing songs and singing. This motherfucker starts singing Kumbaya. I was like, he's a fucking fool. But Princess is like, yeah, I'm just getting the vibe that he's really not even. And actually the shaman was like, he's really not into like this whole thing. And it's kind of giving the vibe that he doesn't even want to be a father at this point. So moving on, they did that scene. Let me just go ahead and finish them out. Princess meets up with Nia. This I didn't really get either. I'm going to talk about this in a second. She meets up with Nia to talk about her issues with Ray and they're conceiving a baby and all of this bullshit, the issues with that. And then Ray walks up with this white baby. And I'm like, it's his business partner's baby. So Ray done borrowed the baby. I guess they're supposed to be babysitting or whatever overnight just to kind of get the vibe of, or the feel of actually, you know, having a baby around and shit like that. So they're looking like, whose baby is this? And, you know, he's like, oh, this is my business partner, so-and-so. And they end up back at the house. They're trying to change the diaper and shit. The baby is, like, crawling away to try to get away from these fuckers. And Princess is putting the baby's diaper on backwards and shit. Like, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And Ray said he ain't ever even really been around no kids. I guess it's probably said Brandy's daughter, but... yeah, he really ain't had no kids around. He said he hadn't really had a need to be around kids, so he really don't know shit about, you know, that whole day-to-day daddy duties and shit. So they finally get the diaper on, and then he tells her that he went back to the doctor, the sperm doctor, and they said he's up to 48 million now on the sperm count. So now they can start making babies. Moving on. Let's get to Nikki's launch party for the cosmetics. Tiara shows up, and her mom Michelle's there, looking fucking crazy as fuck with that dry ass hair. It's like dry, damaged, brittle, broken off hair, and it's like black, and like this jet black, and she looks a fucking mess. But anyway, TT walks in and she's immediately like taking shots and shit, like doing shots and shit. And I'm like, okay, the bitch is like, maybe it's just me, but if somebody's always accusing me having a drinking problem, I'm not going to drink in her face. Like, if I feel like, I honestly feel like I don't, I'm not going to drink in their face because they're going to start raising eyebrows. You know what I mean? And the mom's already up on game about Tia and her bullshit anyway, so, and her drinking problems. So, Hazel walks her ass in. Wait, this was actually the scene where Hazel came in with the black hair. I think I spoke about it earlier. This is the scene where Hazel came in with that fucked up black hair. But anyway, Nikki like tries to pull Tierra and Hazel together to try to have a conversation, see if they can hash out their shit. And immediately, like when they walked up to each other, it was, oh, what's poppin'? What's poppin'? That's not how you start off a fucking conversation if you're trying to make up with a bitch. Well, at least not me. Don't come up to me talk about what's poppin', because that's like down there fighting terms to me. What's poppin'? Anyway, Tierra was like, yeah, you know, and we agreed that we weren't ever going to be physical with each other. And then Hazel, bitch, doing that Hazel bullshit. Well, you deserve to, for the physical shit to happen because you know I don't like motherfuckers walking away from me. Oh, shit. Screen then went black. Yeah, you know I don't like motherfuckers walking away from me and shit. Who the fuck are you, Hazel? Bitch, I turned to walk away from you. Like, so bitch, that means you throw a plate of food at me because I turned and walked away? Fuck you, bitch. Tierra was giving that too because Tierra just tried to get her. But Tierra, you're a little too slow. And, yeah, you're too big and too slow to be, well, not too big. Let me not talk about it. I love Tierra. But, like, you move too slow to be trying to catch a bitch and, you know, all these security is around and shit like that. But, yeah, she, like, did this little, I'm like, girl, sit on down. And, then she tried to get her again, and Hazel still talking shit in the background and shit. But then Michelle, Nikki's mom, you know, tries to talk to Tierra and was like, hey, you know, I know you may have felt like you've been betrayed and shit like that, but don't let this bitch pretty much drive you into alcoholism and shit like that. Like, you're a pretty girl, you have a good voice, and you have a lot that could be going on right now. So just, like, maybe you need a little help and shit like that. And Nikki was kind of over it, too. She's like, this is my event. Like, this is supposed to be about me. Like, let's not do all this bullshit at my party. But, Nikki, what the fuck did you expect? Hazel and Tierra, they don't fuck with each other. So, and you're trying to create a moment. And then this is, like, at your business event. Like, bitch, meet them hoes at a park or something. Like, you know what I mean? Set the scene up in a park, not at your fucking launch party for your business. Fuck out of here. Moniece meets up with the vocal coach next scene, which is her cousin. I forgot the guy's name, but he worked with her before, I think maybe a couple seasons ago when she was trying to get her little music thing happening. But she's met up with him, and he's talking about going over with her voice, and she's talking about how fucked up it is, and she needs to get back on it. But then all of a sudden walks in Nikki, and keep in mind, these bitches don't like each other from that shit with Fizz and Rich and all that shit. That was like 2 seasons ago, maybe. But anyway, Nikki walks in, and I actually like this scene. Nikki was pretty much there to bury the hatchet and to talk about how she wants all of them to get along for the sake of Tierra, to be able to help Tierra because they don't want anything to happen to her. Pretty much, she wants Moniece on board to get this intervention going. That's pretty much it for that scene. Last scene. AD and Tierra meet up, and AD is going to be the conduit to get Tierra to this intervention. So she says that she's having a surprise birthday party for Moniece, and she wants Tierra to show up. And Tierra's like, well, she's not really my friend at this point. Like, I really don't want to go to a party. I don't even want to see her happy. Like, I'm just kind of over that whole situation or whatever. And then she kind of started talking about Cisco and shit, and talking about how he got another bitch out there and shit. And she was like, well, hell, I'm just wondering when the fuck am I going to find love? I mean, Moniece's crazy ass done found love in you, so why the fuck can't I find love? And she was like, well, AD was like, well, I met Moniece at a time where she was like starting to love herself, and you know, she was trying to change, and, you know, I just came in at the right time. And Tierra cut her off and said, wait a minute, bitch. Like, don't be trying to make it seem like that bitch got her life together and shit, like, as if I don't have my life together. Like, she immediately, like, got offended by that shit. But that's not even what the fuck AD was saying. But she just kind of popped off about that. I thought that shit was funny. And she started going on talking about, yeah, my niece done dipped into my business and, you know, whatever. So at the end of that scene, pretty much, Tierra said that she's going to show up for the surprise party. And as the episode ended, we have Tierra walking into a house. And this scene was a little sketchy to me because I didn't like the way this interventionalist, is that a word? I don't like how she did it. Tierra walks into the door. It's kind of quiet in this big ass house. And the woman just walks right up to Tierra and was like, I'm here because your friends want me to have a conversation with you about your drinking. And Tierra's like, and then the episode just cut off. But who the fuck said, like, why would you immediately walk up to her and say that as she's walking into the door? Like, she hasn't even put her purse down. Like, I've watched many episodes of Intervention, and I've never seen it orchestrated like that. Like, somebody just walks up to you and say, I'm here to talk to you about your drinking. And Tierra's guard was already, you know, it was going to go up at that point. She's like, what the fuck? I'm supposed to be here for a birthday party. Anyway, that's where we ended off. We will do this shit next week, and hopefully I'll have my new camera and shit by then. So I will see y'all next week. Bye.